Oh, hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 7 of Swords. Don't worry about what other people are saying right now, okay? I think you're somebody that is very focused on your work. I think that you have got a plan, you have got a strategy, even though there are naysayers, okay? This is a card that sometimes talks about criticism coming from outside. Sometimes it is the criticism, of course, and the doubt that's coming from within you. I think that this is you trying to stay on track, trying to stay focused. You've got an objective. There is something in life that you want to accomplish. There's something that you want to achieve. You have a goal, right? And I think that sometimes with this card, we start to wonder if the pursuit of this goal is even worth it, if maybe there's something different we should be doing. Should I go this way or that way? They're sort of distractions, but it's not so much being distracted by anything, but by having that sort of almost existential doubt that says maybe this is not the path for me. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's somebody sort of speaking in your ear or if that's kind of something that's coming from a certain aspect of you, right? But I feel that there's this sort of doubt a little bit, right? And it's interesting now that we've got this other card that sort of volunteered itself into the reading today. Now, I'm wondering what we should do with this. Should we look at this as our particular work that needs to be done for this week? Should we turn this card over, or should this be the mystery card? I kind of think we should turn this over now. I don't know if I want to wait till the end to see this. So this card happens to be a Princess of Swords. I feel like maybe there's an air sign person that's sort of given you some doubt, that might be criticizing you, someone that might be kind of not intentionally, I think, okay? But I feel there's somebody in your life that's kind of, maybe it's an offhanded comment, maybe it's sort of a backhanded compliment, but something is kind of making you wonder, like, maybe they're right. Maybe that means something, you know? So I think there is another person that you're dealing with, and I think it's kind of, with the Princess of Swords, this is kind of the energy that we need to block out what other people are saying, right? If this is the criticism coming in, this is, of course, you defending yourself against that, really by just not listening, you know? There's that part of your mind that I think you kind of want to respond. You want to speak back, you know, and have something to say against that person and against sort of what they're implying or what maybe they're like outright saying, you know. But I think that we're trying to refrain from that and stay focused. Okay, that 7 of Swords shows that you are right on that central Ace of Swords there, right in the middle, see? And that is the path for you, right? Keep doing what you're doing. Spirit is saying, do not listen to the criticism. Don't listen to the naysayers, okay? Now, we're going to put all of this into some more context with some more cards. 10 of Wands. More air energy, and another court card with the Queen of Swords. 5 of Swords. But the 8, oh, this is nice. Oh, this is a really big win, right? This is a jackpot kind of energy. This looks like that pot of gold. It's that pot of spiritual gold, but I think that there's something more that is happening. This is really the satisfaction. This is just really that deep satisfaction that I did it. You know, everyone thought it wouldn't work, but I did it. You know, it really is that sort of internal feeling, that joy, that jubilation. I think there's also going to be other results from what you're doing and from the success that you're going to achieve. But let's keep going here. The air energy is really significant there. The 2 of Cups An Ace of Wands. Look at that. Your will is just, this is something that motivates you. Okay? And yes, motivates you even more. That is one of your power cards. That is the Prince of Wands, and it is one of your, it's one of your superpower cards. Okay? It's fixed fire energy, and that is really, that's what we need right now. This is what's difficult. Okay? This position of the spread is the difficulty. And of course, more air energy at the end. And this really could be the choice of just not listening to the naysayers, right? That could be the sort of blocking it out that's making the choice. And it's kind of like, in a sense, the Two of Swords is a choice. And it feels like it's kind of the choice whether to listen to what the others are saying, or this one particular person, or maybe it's an aspect of your own. There is a certain voice that's saying this to you. And maybe the Two of Swords is saying, I'm just not going to listen. I don't need to respond. That maybe they have all these facts. Maybe they're bringing you all these statistics, and there are statistics, and then there are statistics, and then there are just outright lies, right? And so it's kind of like they're bringing you all this data. They're saying, look, this is just not, it's just not possible. There's no way this can work. Look at it on paper. It doesn't add up. And you're thinking, I know it. I know it will. And the key is in both of these cards, the Seven and the Two of Swords, because of the crescent moon at the top. Spirit's saying, use your intuition here. Don't trust the facts. Don't trust the data, right? Trust yourself, okay? Because there is something infinite and unknown. And of course, that brings us to selecting the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. It's going to go right here. We're going to put Danny, our little turtle, aka Tortuga. Not Danny Carey, right? My other favorite Danny. We're going to leave that over there. We're not going to look at it until the end, but it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, though, might as well start using our intuition, right? Let's get in the habit. Let's get in the practice of that. And leave your guess, your hunch, your prediction down in the comments below. Let's do it together. Let's make it interactive. Yeah, let's make it a group exercise. Okay. Let's take a look around the room. What I'm noticing right away is that there is no major arcana energy, right? Let me just double check, because sometimes they're hiding and I'm missing it. No. So that doesn't mean that Spirit has abandoned you. That doesn't mean that there is no spiritual work for you to do right now. I think what it means because usually I see Spirit as being the whole table. Spirit is the fabric of existence, the matrix of existence here, right? The table itself. When a major arcana card shows itself, it's sort of like something is rising to the surface from the ether, from the matrix of spiritual energy, right? There's something coming to a head that is saying, hey, look at me. This is what you need to focus on in your spiritual work. We don't see that here. So Spirit is still here as the foundation, as the matrix of your life, as the matrix of existence, right? As the table. But it doesn't seem that there is any specific spiritual work, internal work, that you need to focus on right now. In other words, Spirit is saying, you're doing the right thing. You're already on it. You don't need any hints. Sometimes when we get a little off course, Spirit sort of nudges us back on course. Of course, we get some synchronicities. We get some indication of kind of what we might be doing wrong, or how we need to look at things differently, or what adjustments we need to make, right? And so when I don't see any major arcana in a reading, feels like you know what you're doing everything right, and you have whatever the spiritual work is that you're doing right now, you're right on track. Spirit's not trying to give you a road sign or something that says, hey, pay attention over here or over here. No, you got it. You got it. You're right on track. And I think this is really, really good. We do see a lot of fire energy. 1, 2, 3 fire cards. We see our water cards, which are beautiful. And of course, a lot of air energy. And the air is really the focus here. That's what is kind of your present circumstance is going to be involving your interpersonal relationships and the sort of the thoughts, the internal dialogue or monologue that sort of results from that. or participates in that. It's kind of like people are telling you a lot of things, and in your head you're having that conversation, but I don't see it actually coming out with the person, right? It's just kind of like you're taking it in, and then you just sort of go and you think it over to yourself. And I think you're trying very, very hard right now to stay on course. Don't change a thing, right? Don't change a thing. Spirit is saying that there's a connection with Bakersfield or sort of Central or Southern California for you, and I don't know what's down there in Baco for you, but there's some connection there. Yeah. We talked about the Princess of Swords and how this is your sort of response or reaction to this negativity in your life, whether it's coming from your own mind, whether it's coming from people around you. And maybe it's not really present yet, or maybe you don't recognize it yet. But when you do, it's important that you don't just you don't have a reaction to it. In other words, when somebody, when you feel the criticism or you feel the doubt, that it doesn't motivate you to changing your method, your style, your behavior, your choices. And it's a good thing we don't have any earth energy here, right? Because then I kind of think that, wow, all these thoughts that are in your head, they're really making you change what you're doing. Your actions, your behaviors are different. What we see is consistency in your behavior, consistency in your work, in your choices. Now, I don't know if you're doing something that is career or finance related, if it is spiritual work, if it is something to do with friends or family, if it's something with school, I don't know. But I do know that you're staying the course, no matter what the conditions are like. It's like you could be going right into a storm, this, a swirling air energy, a lot of doubt, a lot of naysayers, a lot of criticism, an internal monologue that's starting to kind of question things, but you haven't actually turned the ship yet. You're still holding steady to the wheel going forward, okay? And that's kind of what Spirit is saying. Consistency right now is key. Okay, and so the Princess of Swords is, don't change your behavior. Don't allow these thoughts to influence your choices or your behavior right now. Be aware of what these things are that are coming in, or that are kind of coming up, right? The doubts that might be there. But don't be too hasty to change your course, okay? Or to make any sort of moves in response or in reaction to what these thoughts are, or what these conversations are, or what these naysayers, or what this criticism is. That makes sense? Because that's the Princess of Swords, is trying not to allow these thoughts to say, oh, well, I'm receiving this criticism or whatever it is. And then, okay, well, I guess I'm going to stop doing that. I guess I better change what I'm doing, right? We don't want to be moved by that in that way. Or we start to have doubts and we think, gosh, this is really a lot of work. It just seems like it's sort of a storm out here. I don't know if I'm even headed in the right direction. Well, maybe I'll just shut her down and turn around, go home or whatever, We don't want to have that sort of a reaction to the air energy, right? Air to earth. Especially, maybe if there were different kinds of air energy, I would say, yeah, let's, whatever we're sort of thinking about right now, let's do it, let's implement it, let's try it, let's experiment. But we're operating with some rather, I don't want to say confused, but we're operating with some less than optimal air energy. If this was maybe a 6 of Swords, I'd say, yeah, let's let the Princess of Swords experiment with different paths. Let's do something different. Let's follow whatever that train of thought is. But right now I feel like it's sort of a blockage because it's based on doubt. It's based on maybe confusion. It's based on maybe a little bit of pessimism creeping in, and those naysayers, or that negative internal dialogue. The 10 of Wands, I think, is really talking about the level of commitment and energy that you've put into this. And when we take this in conjunction with what we see over here with the other fire cards, the 10 of Wands becomes your gas tank. Okay? And it feels like you've been really running on fumes already. And maybe you're starting to feel that within. It's kind of like, I'm getting tired. I'm getting worn out. Maybe you already have some like soreness in your back, you know. Maybe it's already kind of it's influencing us in a way where we're feeling run down. The more we think about it, the more run down we feel. You know, if I think about how tired I am, if I put my consciousness in my mind where I'm sore and where I'm sort of, you know, experiencing discomfort or even that sort of, that fatigue, right? Or the vitality that's sort of draining. If I'm consciously looking at the gas tank, then, you know, it starts to really amplify. I start to get, you know, I start to feel it more. You know, it's kind of, you're in a car, you're low on gas, no point in looking at it and worrying about it. You just got to try to get to the gas station as efficiently as possible, right? As fast as you can using the least amount of gas. I don't know if you've ever run out of gas on the road. I have once. One time. And that's because I wanted to see how far down the needle would go. And yeah, I had to push the car to the gas station about a quarter mile away. Anyway, I don't know what that is in kilometers, but the point is that you're feeling the fatigue. You're starting to feel it, I think, physically and in your vital energy. And when we look at the other fire cards, that is the difficulty now, is to just sort of to muster up the reserves. And that's why the Prince of Wands is in the position of the difficulty, because this is kind of saying we're staying consistent, right? This is fixed fire energy. This is the card that's kind of saying I'm going as fast as I can using the least amount of fuel so I can get to the gas station. Or so, well, maybe we're not even, maybe just to get home, right? Maybe we're just saying, oh, there's no gas station in sight. I've just got to cross the finish line here. Okay, maybe, you know, because honestly, we don't see any cards really of sort of taking our time, of easing back. We don't have any cards here that might say, take a pit stop, go to the gas station, get a bite to eat, get one of them hot dogs in the little spinny thing, and rest for a while, take a nap or whatever. You know, we don't see that. What we see is go, get there, and you're just keep going. Don't change anything. We got to try to be as efficient as possible. And I think it's difficult for you now to keep pushing with that degree of force and fire that you need to get this wonderful water energy. And so this is, you know, it's starting to become more and more difficult to keep the pace. But Spirit is saying, keep going. I think you're almost there. It really feels like you're almost there. The Queen of Swords in the background position, you have no doubt in your mind that this is the right path, because you've done the legwork. You've taken yourself out of just the emotion, right? You want it so bad that I just want it, I want it, so I'm going to believe in it, which is good. We need that sort of energy. But this then is you rising above how much you want it and looking at it objectively, looking at it from an elevated place in your mind. That's not just in the feelings. You know, if we really, really want something so bad, if we have a strong feeling about something, our mind is going to find a way to make it legit, you know, for better or for worse, right? But this is sort of recognizing that and rising above and saying, okay, despite how much I want this big win, how much I want this jackpot, this whatever this pot of gold is here, no matter how much I want that, let me really look at it and see if it's feasible. I think you looked at it and you said, it's feasible, right? And so here we are, right? And this, I think, is what's brought you to the present situation. Of course, there are the other air energies now that are starting to throw doubt on that. And it could be from other people saying, yeah, whatever you saw over here, nah, I don't know if you're right. Okay, I feel like these are those mental obstacles that we experience, right? And I feel that it's coming through someone in your life. And I don't know if it's like an opponent or a competitor, or if it is, you know, through a friend or a family member or your significant other that's just kind of planting little seeds of doubt here and there. Okay. The Five of Swords is, I think you're a very positive person, very optimistic, very hopeful. You believe in yourself. You know the power of positive thinking. But sometimes we just start getting down on ourselves. Sometimes we just start to think, especially when we're already feeling tired and fatigued, and we already have that sore back, we just start to think, this is just, this just isn't going to work. I probably should just pull over and take a nap. I probably should just give up on this. I don't think it's even going to matter. What I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to be too tired to enjoy it. Might as well just quit and sort of cut my losses now. And we all go through those things, and I think that it's absolutely more prevalent when we're feeling the fatigue. It's kind of the mind-body connection. When we're sick, it almost feels like we're going to stay sick. I will never get better. This is never going to end. I'm going to feel like this for the rest of my life. It's going to be miserable. And then we're better again, and we just kind of think, wow, I can't believe that I was thinking that way. So we need something to take ourselves out of the negative internal monologue. Okay, and since we do have a lot of this air energy, let's do an affirmation card with the language of flowers. Language of flowers. Spirit's also saying that you have a connection with plant medicine, and I don't know if that is plant medicine or if it's something like tinctures or herbal remedies or sort of homeopathic, natural sort of remedies. I kind of feel like that's your thing. Maybe you do that for work or as a hobby or as a lifestyle. And maybe that's sort of a way to help with some of this air energy. Maybe there is some self-care that we can do in order to alleviate some of the fatigue and to sort of restore our spirits, and continue doing and find that reserve in the gas tank, Let's do our language of flowers. Adaptation. Change will be better than you think. Interesting. So we're talking about change. And the 5, of course, the 5s are always about change. It's the changing of your mind, right? It's the changing of your thoughts. It's the changing of this negative internal dialogue. And so when we're adapting and we're sort of, change will be better than you think. Maybe this is the idea that we've got to get out of this sort of cycle of thinking. We got to get out of this. We got to change the way we're receiving some of that negative energy from the world around us, from other people. Maybe there's one person, I think maybe they're an air person. I honestly kind of am feeling that they're a Gemini, but I don't know for sure. Okay. Maybe changing the way we react or respond or the way we allow those thoughts in. It's like that, like a thought virus, So what I like to do with the 5 of Swords is flip it upside down, which is the same idea as focusing on the lunar energy in these cards. Let Spirit take the wheel. Put Spirit back on top. You see that now? That is the Spirit ruling over the 4 elements. Whereas this way, the normal way the card is shown, is saying that the Spirit is being sort of crushed underneath the weight of the circumstances. That you're sort of losing your spirit. You're losing faith. We got to flip that around. We got to get our faith back. We got to get the Spirit back. We got to get the faith, hope, and trust back. So we let Spirit take the wheel. And it's kind of, when you're doing something that's physically demanding, let's say you're lifting weights or you're doing a row machine or something, or you're running a race or whatever it might be, we're just about to give up. We want to give up. I'm consciously aware of how terrible I feel and I want to quit, right? But that's when you need to push the hardest. So what it kind of is like is mentally sort of releasing control. Mentally just releasing control and letting Spirit take the wheel. And then we're able to just sprint for the last few yards, and then we make it. And then it's sort of that we get that sort of superhuman push, there's that reserve in the gas tank. And I think that's what you need right now. Okay? Because the future of this, the outcome that you're looking forward to, this is the trophy at the end. This is the pot of gold at the end. This is the jackpot energy. I really think you're winning big this week. And if you can push through and find that reserve energy, then this Ace of Cups is yours. And this to me is something that's going to change your life, because the Ace of Cups is that source of water energy. This is going to change a lot of different things in your life, because this water spreads out. It flows out into other rivers, and it starts to nourish and nurture and irrigate other aspects of your life. Basically turns into a 9 or a 10 of cups, right? That's sort of the natural flow of things, right? And so this is really going to begin something new. And this is, it's really opening up your heart. I don't know what you're doing in terms of the actual activities that you're involved with or what you're trying to accomplish, but I feel like it's something that is from the heart. It's something that is opening up the heart. And I think it's going to improve the quality of life for yourself and for your loved ones. You are alleviating suffering for yourself and for your loved ones. Things are going to get so much better. This really is the really, really big win, okay? Now, we're going to move over to the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything, helps the channel, so it's win-win. We really need to support all of our favorite YouTube tarot readers, okay? I know I'm your #1 favorite. But everybody that you love and value on YouTube, let's show them some love and show them our support, okay? By watching the videos all the way through, subscribing, commenting, hitting the like button, all that good stuff, you know, that lets YouTube know that you appreciate these channels, okay? Not just mine, but everybody that you love and that you watch and that you appreciate, all right? And we appreciate you. Anyway, enough about that. The Two of Cups in your general energy. This is you sort of identifying with the goal itself, right? You see this, the Ace of Cups sort of in your future, sort of out here as the goal, and it's right there, and you're almost there, right? You just got to push a little bit harder. This is really you. The closer you get, it's kind of like your heart starts beating faster, you know, sort of like you have this spiritual radar. You know, it's like a proximity kind of thing. The closer you get, the more you really start to feel the pull and feel the connection of this. So allow this connection to sort of pull you forward, you know? I think that whatever you're doing, I feel like there's some sort of a one-on-one connection with somebody too. And maybe we're talking about the same person here. And maybe this is, maybe they're along for the ride with you and they're just like, there's no way we're going to make it. There's no way we're going to make it. But at the end, it feels like there's a lot of love. There's a lot of connection here. Okay. The Two of Cups in your general energy, I think, is showing part of the reason why this is so important to you, because I think it is a reflection of your truest self. I think when you look at this Ace of Cups, this big win, this jackpot pot of gold that's out here for you that you're striving toward, I feel like you sort of recognize yourself in this. You think that's sort of an externalization of your soul, you know, and it's like that is what I'm, and so you're really into it. You know, it feels like this is absolutely the right thing for you to be uniting with. A lot of union in this. Okay, so this to me, it shows, for one, that you already know that you're going to attain this. It's like you've already seen the vision of you accomplishing this. Okay, but it is going to require some of this fire energy. We've got the Ace of Wands in the position of the environment. This is you really remaining steadfast. This is the perseverance. This is your tenacity. But more than that, this is your resolve and your will. No matter what's coming your way, you're holding this Ace of Wands, this torch. You're holding this single-minded sort of attention, focus, concentration, and nothing is pushing you off course. Okay, when we get all this air energy, we start to sort of waver. I start to have doubts. I start to kind of go like this in my mind. But this is like your heart and your will are immovable, right? Immovable. And so this is you sort of resisting any of this energy coming in. And this is the way I think that you're sort of, this is the way you're leading others too. Now, I don't know if this is one person, if this is a group thing. I kind of feel like maybe there's more than one person around that's sort of in this with you in some way. This is you being that strong, bold, confident leader. You're just, I don't know how else to describe this. It's like nothing is going to, no one's going to see this flame flicker, right? You think about a candle or a torch or something, and the wind is blowing, but nothing is extinguishing this. And the people around you need to see this sort of bold leadership, even if it's not all, soft and warm and friendly and stuff. It's the firm sort of confident leadership that everybody needs, because I think everybody's having doubts about things right now, not just you. And it's kind of like, this is the face that we have to put forward. In your interactions with other people, we have to be this unwavering flame, this unflinching, torch. And of course, the difficulty is for you to maintain that long enough to sort of cross the finish line. I kind of see the Two of Swords as a checkered flag in a way, don't you? It's kind of saying that, look, no changes need to be made, no decisions need to be made. Follow your path, follow your intuition, and keep going, using your spiritual energy, right? Find your reserves and do it, because this is going to be the biggest win of your life. This is going to change your life. And to me, that's the way, right? That's the way with this air energy here. Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. Let's see what this is going to be. Maybe the earth energy. Maybe we want to see something of the success, right? What it's like on the other side, right? Maybe we do want to see a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. I don't want to see a 2 of Pentacles. I don't want to see any kind of change. I don't want to see a change in behavior. I like the 2 of Swords because it's kind of showing that change that we had here, right? A change in the thought process, a change of the mental energy. But I don't want to see a change of course. I don't want to see a 2 of Pentacles. I want a 6. I want a 9 or a 10. Or I want Wheel of Fortune, Empress energy, maybe even the World card, right? Something like this I think would be real nice. Yeah. If you have your prediction, though, put it down in the comments. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Very nice Empress card. This is showing what it's like on the other side, right? And this is not only the physical benefit, like literally financially abundant, right? And a lot of resources, a lot of physical, tangible stuff, a lot of fruit for your labor here, okay? This is also that really deep satisfaction. To me, what this card is kind of saying, if you look at this figure, kind of saying, I told you so. Kind of saying, yeah, I did it. It has that pride, and it's just from that overwhelming joy of this Ace of Cups, and it just feels so good that you just can't help but smile and have a little bit of swagger, But I think that this really is, this is improving the rest of your life. This is very, very earthy energy, but it's also very spiritual energy. And this is the life that the more you put into it, the more you get out of it, right? So all this energy, all this effort, all this suffering really that you're putting into, all this struggle, all this striving that you're putting into this situation, it's being returned to you, tenfold, right? Sevenfold. And so this really is this is so wonderful. I love this very, very much. Have faith in yourself. Have trust in your talents. Spirit is saying specifically, have faith in your talents. So I don't know if you're doing something creative, or if it's something you're using some kind of special skill or special talent that you have. Trust in that. Even if nobody else does, even if part of your own mind doesn't trust it, keep going. All right. Beautiful, beautiful energy. We are going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Leo are on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's free. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.